know, you can't think of any bad things about Alex Hormozi. For most of you, he is a god, right? But imagine being sold the dream of a $100 million empire, only to find out it might be nothing more than smoke and mirrors. You've probably heard the name Alex Hormozi. He's everywhere, from social media to podcasts, selling you the idea that you can achieve massive wealth just by following his methods. But what if I told you that behind all the flashy numbers and promises, there's a side to Alex Hormozi that no one's talking about? A side that might just be fooling average and poor people, convincing them to pour their hard-earned money into something that's not as foolproof as it seems. Now, before you click away thinking this is just another expose, let me reassure you, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to dig deep into the rumors and allegations floating around about Alex Hormozi. Is he the real deal or just another fake guru with a slick sales pitch? Is his $100 million offer legit, or is it just a well-crafted illusion? Stick with me, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see the entire online business coaching industry. We're not just scratching the surface, we're going all in, exposing the strategies, the tactics, and the truth that Alex doesn't want you to know. So buckle up, and trust me, you're going to want to see this through to the end. But before that, make sure you've subscribed to our channel. So who exactly is this Alex Hormozi guy? If you've spent any time on social media, you've probably seen his face pop up 100 times. Smiling, confident, jacked, and talking about how he made millions and how you can too. But let's rewind a bit. Alex Hormozi wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He built his reputation from the ground up. Starting in the fitness industry, he founded Gym Launch, a company that helps struggling gym owners turn their businesses around. Sounds pretty noble, right? Helping small business owners succeed? That's what caught people's attention. But here's where it gets interesting. As his reputation grew, so did his ambitions. He moved from just helping gyms to offering business advice to everyone, from entrepreneurs to side hustlers. That's when he started pushing his $100 million offer. But we'll get to that in a minute. The thing is, when someone suddenly becomes a household name in the entrepreneur space, you have to wonder how much of this is real and how much is just smart marketing. Because, let's face it, the internet is full of people who've made a name for themselves by playing a big game. So, is Alex one of those people, or is he really the success story he claims to be? Alright, now let's talk about the $100 million offer, because this is where things start to get really juicy. So what exactly is this $100 million offer? In simple terms, Alex Hormozi promises that if you follow his advice, you can build a business worth $100 million. Yeah, you heard that right, $100 million. It's the kind of number that makes you stop scrolling and pay attention. But let's break it down. First off, who wouldn't want to make $100 million, right? The idea is that by using his strategies, whether it's in marketing, sales, or scaling your business, you can achieve this astronomical success. But here's the thing, how many people actually make it to that level? Let's be real for a second. For every rags to riches story you hear, there are thousands of people who never make it past the first hurdle. And that's not to say Alex's strategies don't work, they probably do for some people. But the question you should be asking is, for whom? Are his methods really applicable to the average person, or are they designed for people who are already halfway there? Because if you're a single mom working 2 jobs and trying to make ends meet, is this $100 million offer going to be the golden ticket you need? Or is it just a pipe dream that sounds great on paper but doesn't work in reality? And let's not forget about the cost, because there's always a cost. Whether it's your time, your energy, or your money, you're going to have to invest something. And that's what they don't tell you up front. Sure, it's easy to get hooked on the idea of making millions, but how much are you willing to sacrifice to get there? Then there are the testimonials, those success stories that make you believe it's possible. But here's the thing, for every person who makes it big, there are dozens who don't. The ones who didn't see a return on their investment, who spent thousands on courses and ended up with nothing to show for it. Now let's get into the meat of the matter, rumors and allegations. Because where there's smoke, there's usually fire, right? And Alex Hormozi isn't immune to the criticism that comes with being a public figure, especially in the online business world. So, what are people saying? Well, for starters, there's a lot of talk about whether Alex is just another fake guru. You know the type. Someone who talks a big game, makes a lot of money selling courses or books, but doesn't actually deliver on their promises. And in today's digital age, it's easier than ever to create a persona that looks successful, even if the reality is very different. Social media is buzzing with these kinds of claims. You've got people on Reddit, Twitter, and even TikTok dissecting his strategies, questioning his authenticity, and pointing out inconsistencies. Some say he's manipulating statistics, using clever marketing tactics to make his success seem more accessible than it really is. Others argue that he's exaggerating his results to lure in more customers. And then there are those who outright call him a scammer, saying that his methods are outdated or just don't work for the average person. But let's not jump to conclusions just yet. It's important to approach these rumors with a critical eye. Just because someone says something on the internet doesn't make it true. However, it's also worth noting that where there's widespread smoke, there might be some fire. But a question arises, are there similarities between Alex and other known fake gurus? Absolutely. He's charismatic, he's got a flashy lifestyle, and he's offering a shortcut to success. But does that automatically make him a fraud? Not necessarily. What it does mean, though, is that we need to be cautious. We need to look at the evidence, the testimonials, and the success rates with a healthy dose of skepticism. And let's be honest, the internet loves a good takedown. People are quick to jump on the bandwagon, especially when it comes to calling out successful figures. But at the same time, we can't ignore the fact that some of these allegations might hold water. Now try to look at the bigger picture. What's really behind Alex Hormozi's success? Is it all legit? Or is there a bit of illusion at play? First off, there's no denying that Alex has built something impressive. You don't get to where he is without doing something right. But the question is, are his strategies something that anyone can replicate, or are they tailored specifically to his unique situation? Because there's a big difference between someone who's a natural entrepreneur with years of experience and someone who's just starting out and trying to make a name for themselves. Now try to understand marketing and persuasion. Alex is a master of these two things. His ability to sell an idea and make you believe that you can achieve the same success is part of what makes him so effective. But here's the tricky part: how much of that is real? And how much is just good storytelling? Because, at the end of the day, marketing is all about telling a story that people want to believe. And if you're good at it, you can sell just about anything. The fine line between success and manipulation is where things get murky. On one hand, Alex is offering strategies that have worked for him, there is no question about that. But on the other hand, there's a level of manipulation involved in making those strategies seem foolproof for everyone. The reality is that what works for one person might not work for another, and that's where the illusion comes in. By focusing on the success stories and downplaying the failures, Alex creates a narrative that's hard to resist. But let's not just take my word for it. We're going to look at some concrete data. How many people who follow Alex's advice actually achieve significant success? How many of them end up disappointed, or worse, in debt? These are the numbers that matter, because they paint a more accurate picture of what's really going on. So here's the million-dollar question, or should I say, the $100 million question: is Alex Hormozi genuinely helping people, or is he doing more harm than good? Let's start with who benefits from his advice. There's no doubt that some people have seen success by following his methods. But if we dig a little deeper, we'll find that many of these success stories come from people who were already in a position to win people with resources, experience, and networks that the average person simply doesn't have. So, while Alex's methods might be effective, they're not necessarily accessible to everyone. So, is Alex Hormozi fooling you? The answer isn't black and white. On the one hand, he's offering real strategies that have worked for him and others. On the other hand, those strategies aren't a one-size-fits-all solution. They're not going to work for everyone, and they're certainly not as easy to implement as they might seem. At the end of the day, whether Alex is helping or hurting depends on who you are and where you're starting from. If you're someone with experience, resources, and a strong work ethic, his advice could be valuable. But if you're just starting out, struggling to make ends meet, or looking for a quick fix, you might find that the dream he's selling is just that, a dream. And yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you. I hope this video gave you some clarity and maybe even a new perspective on Alex Hormozi and the world of online business gurus. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Is Alex Hormozi the real deal, or is he just another guy selling dreams? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to see what you all think. And if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe. I've got more videos coming that dig into the truth behind some of the biggest names in the industry, and you won't want to miss them. Plus, if there's anyone else you think we should take a closer look at, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.